Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Imperial Assault, playing the Return to Hoth expansion from the Legends of the Alliance Companion app. Okay, that was a mouthful. I only played through one round during the last episode, and I really hope I can speed things up today. Thanks so much for all your great comments, all the likes and whatnot. Really appreciate that quite a bit. Before I forget, I don't know why it is, a huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members here. You guys are truly amazing, and yes, you will find multiple ways how you can support my little channel here. Whatever, join me here, find my link to Patreon, like and subscribe also helps. There's a little thanks button, a lot of ways how you can help the channel. During the end of the last episode, we had this SC2 repulsor tank showing up here, and right now it's pretty much indestructible. The only way how to do damage seems to be this blaster, this artillery here, where we have to get to. And thanks to Paul, who made some good suggestions, and I think that was really making perfect sense to really take this group of rebels down here to the battery here, try to do some damage here, and maybe use those two fellas here to decimate our foes over here a bit. And I think with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go. I really do hope the save was all right, and indeed it seems we are doing all right. Already forgot that this Imperial officer down here actually has a +1, and I will definitely continue to forget that, so it's basically a 4 health that he has got. I still don't know what these blocked spaces are. I'm relatively certain this will be revealed as well. Maybe I need to use the cannon fire here. We still have some crates which we could interact with, finding some very useful stuff, typically med packs and whatnot. But yeah, I think let's keep going. Verena has basically the 2 activation tokens for this round, so she has to go twice, but we have to activate all of the other groups before she is allowed to take her second action, unless it's no longer possible because everyone else already had their go. Okay, let's see. Let's follow Paul's twice, and I think this rebel here, the Echo Base Trooper, should be able to reach this space here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then interact with it. And I think a rebel can interact with this token. It doesn't need to be a hero. I think for these crates, only heroes are allowed to open these crates. So yeah, I think let's start with them actually. So we are moving 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we are interacting with this artillery. So let's see what it does. DF9 anti-infantry battery has taken a beating, but looks it will still fire. Okay, I should have checked that. I'm allowed to check all these tokens on the board, by the way. This is the turret. A rebel, yes, can interact with a pull rebel mission token, including to fire the turret at any Imperial figure on the map. So I think we will fire at the tank, right? That's the idea. We need to find out what's going on here. So we fire it. You take aim at the tank and pull the trigger. A bolt of red energy flies at the tank but is deflected harmlessly by a shimmering energy field. You must be joking. It seems even the turret will be unable to penetrate the tank's defenses. You will have to figure out another way to take it down. You must be really joking. Okay, we are going on. Okay. You recall from your training that slow-moving objects are capable of penetrating energy shields. Perhaps you could put those boulders to good use. Ah, okay, this is where those tokens come. Place the 2 red rebel tokens. We have one here. While the SCM-2 repulsor tank occupies 1 or more spaces with a red mission token, a hero in a highlighted space can interact to attempt to start a landslide. To do this, select a neutral mission token in the app. Okay, needs to be basically, yeah, in front of this landslide, which does make sense. And then we have to... Okay, I see. But let's continue. Okay, there's a terminal also. Okay, I see. The tow cable on this downed Snowspeeder appears to be still in working order. It might assist you in your plan, but will require a good eye in order to hit a moving target like the tank. Okay. We can pull it over. Okay, that's fancy. It's almost like a riddle. A hero can interact with this terminal to fire the tow cable. This does not require line of sight to the tank. Okay, that's at least something. Though here is the terminal, and I think we will place it here onto the Snowspeeder. Exactly. Okay. The shot has drained one of the turn's power cells. It will take some time for it to recharge. Flip this token to the Imperial side. This token, but we have another token. Does it mean we can still interact with the other token? Because we can fire at other folks, right? Okay, I have done that. Yeah, that was our reality calling, it seems. Was a good plan. And this is now actually, let's say, somewhat of a problem with the replayability. Of course, if you don't play this campaign for another 2-3 years, then you will have forgotten. But if you are a power gamer, I don't think that there will be a random other event that would happen here. Maybe the map setup is slightly different, but honestly, it's so compact, I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure the next time I will open this app, it will look exactly the same way here. I think this is where the Descent app is a little bit different, at least I think, in respect to that it really sets up the, let's say it's more like a dungeon crawler. It sets these things up a little bit more randomly. Again, there might be missions in here which will follow same logic, but yeah, okay. Stop whining here. That was this rebel's go, so we will have this rebel, and I think we want to take out that Stormtrooper here, right? That's the idea. I mean, he's already wounded. So we get one black die for the defense, and then there was this, what was it? While attacking, if the target is within 3 spaces, you may replace one blue die. Exactly. So we have the green die, and we can replace the blue die with the red die. Let's totally do that, because range really isn't an issue here. And I think that's pretty much a dead Stormtrooper. I take that. Yeah, so this cancels out this. More than enough to take out that Stormtrooper, which is definitely helpful, because again, if the Stormtroopers would go next, they have one less activation. Nicely done. Okay, no, we have, okay, he can still move, actually. He can still move. Should we play this Rebel Echo-based Trooper now as a meat shield to, I don't know, put him here? Or should we try to say, it's a question, because we can only fire once with these allies. That's kind of a bummer, but I see why they're doing this, right? I mean, otherwise they would become relatively overpowered. Those Echo-based troopers are not really overpowered. So what are we going? I think let's simply do that. Let's move them here and yeah, have them take aim or so. And if something happens like the closest rebel for this group, then yeah, he would become a meat shield. Okay, that's the activation of the Echo-based troopers. Let's move back to the app. So they had their go done. Of course, it's the repulsor tank. Bombard, that's a bonus. This figure's attacks do not require line of sight or accuracy. It simply fits. Okay, cool. Defensible, it would recover 3. It can't take damage. So, okay. Maybe once the shield is down, we can bring it down. Oh gosh, this will be so bad. Okay, let's attack. We will attack 2 different rebels. Target Loku Kanolo, but they're attacking 2 different rebels. I think these are 2 actions, basically. These are the 2 activations for this round. I think we are not moving down here because, again, they can attack twice. That's allowed from the deployment card, but I think these are really the 2 activations. Yeah, it's basically sitting there and firing. Why do they all shoot Loku? I mean, the AI seems to be really clever bringing down my enemies, my allies here. Okay, let's see. That's the defensive die, and for the first time we have this, and that. So this could be really a terrible amount of damage. Again, we don't care about line of sight, and we do not really care about range or accuracy in this case. So we simply have to dodge, which we don't. I mean, it's almost the best result. There are no surges on this one here, so we are simply blocking one of those. So it's basically 6 damage, and I think he's still alive, actually. At least I think that's 12, 3 plus 10. Yes, 1 more life point. So I think we have to go with him next, simply to heal him. I think we now need to use a med pack. And we have to delay being defeated, basically being exhausted as much as possible, of course. The repulsor tank has a second target, 2 different rebels, and they start to Loku Kanaloa, which was still valid at that point in time, and I think the next one will be a different rebel, right? That's the order, and I think in this case we will go for the closest one. At least that's how I understand it. So they will roll a black die. Amazing, and I think here it's basically the same thing, exactly. How much health do they have? 5. Okay, they could die pretty much soon. Okay, that's interesting. So we are blocking out this one. So that's not too bad. Here would be 3 damage, but we also have a surge. And of course, the surge priority is a +2, which is 5. So yeah, this rebel figure is no more. He's a goner, but at least he helped us to some extent, right? He discovered what we had to do. And then he was pretty much a meat shield for someone else. But that was really bad. Let's finish here. These were the 2 actions, right? 1 and 1, exactly. Hopefully I'm not messing this one up. Again, next we have to keep going with Loku. So for his first action, he is resting and he's using a med pack to rest. Would you like to use a med pack to recover 5 health? Let's do that. So 1 med pack is gone, but at least Loku Kanaloa is still very much alive. We still have 1 more action. I could have used set your sights, use at the start of your activation to place 1 recon token on a hostile figure in your line of sight. Because then we would have placed that one here. That's not an action. And then I think we could have automatically healed. So let's totally do that. So we are placing this recon token next to that stormtrooper here who will be targeted. Then I would have rested and now I will take my shot at this fella again. He's in line of sight. 1 here, 1 goes here. It's uninterrupted. I think I get back to understanding the rules. So yeah, let's shoot them. And this recon token simply gives a +1 damage to everyone who is shooting at this fella. So I think this is definitely a good thing. So yeah, let's roll those dice. It's blue and green. Accuracy rise. I think we should be okay. Okay, this is basically nullified. Ah, come on. This is 1 hit, 2 hits, and we have a surge, which is a pierce. So 1, 2, and 3 exactly from the recon token. I was here worried for a second. And again, those normal stormtroopers have a health of 3 indeed. So this fella is out of here too. So that did work just fine. Great stuff. So let's end his turn. Yes. And then we have the Imperial officer. Interesting. Okay, we gain 1 search. The first first attack gains 1. Why do they only have 1 attack? No, they only have 1 attack. Order another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 3 or less attacks. The healthy rebel closest to this figure. And right now everyone is healthy, so I guess I get to choose another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 3 or less, which is basically all of them. Oh, wait a second. Did I take out the snowtrooper? The stormtrooper group? I think so. Oh, I forgot that. Okay, I must not forget that this is out, because otherwise they would have activated. So it's one of those, and again, I think I get to choose. I don't want it to be him actually, because he can still activate. It's still a group and he can still do stuff, and I don't want to lose an entire group. That would be pretty bad. So maybe let's do this and that, right? I think so. Let's do that. Attacks the healthy rebels closest to this figure. So it's basically this targeting that. Again, there's no movement command whatsoever. It's simply attacking something. So it's basically this versus that. And yeah, nothing else. Okay, we are canceling 1 surge, but we are taking 2 damage and there is still 1 surge left. And I believe I have to go for their surge priority, so we are going to be weakened. So we take 2 damage and we will be weakened, which is pretty crappy. While attacking, apply -1 surge. While defending, apply this is discard at the end of your activation. Okay, it's not the end of the world. You want the impossible, Luke Skywalker. The Empire Strikes Back. But still, David takes 2 points of damage, but that's totally fine. He hasn't taken any damage though so far. And I think, no, it was not quite that yet actually, because this was only their first attack. But I think we can defeat this group actually in here. So it's not a modal window, it seems. Yes, these are defeated. 6 fame, nice. And then move 3 to attack Loku Kanaloa. I think I did check that. There is no way that he will be able to reach anything, which in this case means we are moving 2 to reposition 5, which I think can be done actually to some extent. Yep. So ultimately he wants to move 1, 2, a little bit closer to the rebels to do stuff, and this needs to go to David. Okay, this was finished. Cover if not within 3 spaces. Okay, he would now basically recover health, but that's not going to happen. So it's basically back to us. I think next we want to go with her, right? We need to move her down just to see what's happening. I think that's now really, because then I can still do stuff with David maybe. Question is, do I want to do this and simply accept the fact that they will all shoot us, or I can do some preparational move, fire something, but then I'm not sure if I will be able to take one of those snow troopers out. They have a health of 4, so that's not easy for her. So maybe we do want to go after the target. I think so. So we are moving 1, 2, 3, 4. We will take 2 stress to move 2 extra spaces. 1 and 2. You can do that up to 2 times during your activation. So she takes 2 strain. I think it's not stress, it's strain. And then with her second action, we will interact with this terminal. Not terminal, it's basically the Snowspeeder here, obviously. And these dotted lines here means it's impassable, so I cannot move through, but it's still adjacent, so I can touch over. She can touch over it. So yeah, let's do that with her second action. We need to find out what's going on here, right? So the tow cable on this down Snowspeeder appears to be still in working order. It might assist you in your plan, but will require good eye in order to hit a moving target like the tank. Okay, a good eye. This gives us some... I think she is okay rolling a blue and a green die. Of course, David would be even better suited for that. I'm relatively certain this is how it tells you that how this test is going. But now let's see. A hero can interact with this terminal to fire the tow cable, and we do not need line of sight. So yeah, let's totally do that. We interact. Yeah, of course. You take aim at the tank and fire. And now we need to do some results here, right? So we are testing the eye, and her eye again is blue and a green die. Now we are looking for search symbols, right? That's the idea. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there is 1. Relatively certain that 1 is not enough, but I really do hope that this is a test that is accumulating over basically a series of tests, at least I hope. But let's still enter the test. Confirm. The tow cable impacts the side of the tank with a magnetic thunk, bringing the vehicle to a lurching stop. Okay, that's not too bad. It's really not too bad. The tank tries to break free, but the crashed speeder holds steady. Eventually, the driver throttles down to keep from burning out the engine. A hero can interact with this terminal to push the tank. Nice. Okay, that was pretty good. And I think that was her first activation. Now it has to be the snow troopers. What's the bonus when the first figure? Okay, 1 green die, so they are still focused. They would recover. We do not worry about this one. And move 3 to attack the healthy rebel that has suffered the least damage. Which is good. Obviously not. Oh, maybe that's really good, actually. Maybe that is actually quite helpful, because Verena has suffered the least damage so far. Yeah, indeed. So we will start here. They will move 3, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. They're still pretty much adjacent to her. They still need some accuracy, though that's a good thing. So that's 1, and she's rolling a black die for her defense. So let's see what this... this was at least a 2. So that's 3 damage for her, but nothing else. She's definitely able to suck that up. And keep in mind, we still have 1 more med pack here. And then they're all repositioning. Yeah, that's not a problem. Guess they will move 1 and 2. So they're at least 3 away from everyone. So they could be in here, actually. I think that's the idea, right? They want to reposition 3, and that's exactly 3. Yeah, let's do it like this. Then we have this snow trooper here. Can he reach her? 1, 2, and 3. Yes, indeed, he can. 1, 2, 3. Again, from this corner, he can trace a line down here, and he can down here, and he can trace a line down there. So he's shooting again, or she's being shot at again. That's bad. That's really bad. That's really, really, really bad. There are no real rerolls, actually. But yeah, she's taking 4 more damage. So she's now already at 7. And then he will also reposition. So I think 1 and 2 maybe. Yeah, let's do something like this. And then it's this fella here. And I think he will not be able to... Oh, he could actually. 1, 2, 3. It's really, really far. I think, what's the maximum they can roll actually? I mean, they get +2 accuracy from their surge. Did I forget the surge? No, I think there weren't any surges. So I think this is the maximum. Oh no, that's a 5 actually. And this is an 8. Let me see if he can shoot that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in theory, he can shoot that. An Imperial player would never do that. But I think in this case there is a possibility. Oh, and she no longer hasn't suffered the least amount of health. No, what am I talking about? It's now David actually. Maybe, did I mess this up already? I may have, but let's not worry about that too much. So this guy will totally shoot David. That's why it's doing these things figure by figure, of course. So we have this and we have that, of course. Oh, apologies. Oh, that's nice. So we have basically one surge, and I think one surge weakens, but again, we can only weaken, and he's already oh no. Okay, he's still weakened, right? We have to, while defending, we have to subtract. It's basically one. It's 2 surges basically, but the 2 surges, because they do not do any damage, that was basically a whiff. Awesome. Then we are going to reposition, and I think 1 and 2, they should move over here. So that wasn't entirely bad. Yes, Verena has taken some beating, but apart from that, I think we are still in a very good condition. I think all the groups have now activated. Yes, indeed. And we have still 2 more folks to go. So we now have to start with David, actually. And I think, yeah, let's totally take 1 more stress with him to have him move 1 and 2 closer to this. No, let's move him here, closer to this fella, actually. His heirloom dagger is yellow, which is good for surges, and green. And again, they're attacking with a black die. Exactly. So that's the first attack of 2, which is 3 plus 1 surge. 1 surge is cancelled. That's another damage, actually. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And I think this is enough. Amazing job, David. That was pretty solid, actually. So I really think I should be taking 2 more stress, because I can do so. I can take up to 2 stress voluntarily, or strain. I keep forgetting that. So let's do that. We are maxed out in respect to our entrance, which is a problem, but this allows us to move 1 and 2, because then we can interact with this cube here, crate here. I think we need to do that. And maybe we are close to this artillery battery here. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. Okay, let's interact. A crate of provisions from the battle sits in the protection of the trench. A hero can interact. Yes, let's interact. And 2 medpacks and 50 credits. Okay, that's nice. That's really, really nice. This was totally worth it. We are removing the token here, of course. This was really something, because we can use those credits to buy more gear if we make it through this mission, that is, of course. Haha. But this was his activation, so let's end it. Again, nothing else is out here. There might be instances where we see interrupts from other stuff, but I think we should be pretty much good to go to move to the second activation of Verena Talos. And I think her first thing should be to interact with the land speeder, Snowspeeder again. Maybe we need another test or so, exactly. So let's do that. To push the tank, let's do that. Interact. Okay, now we are testing our wrench symbol, which is also, basically it's always green and blue for her. Yeah, I was really worried about this. I think this is where the Jedis fall short. They typically only roll 1 die. They're not the tactical kind. So let's see. Oh, that was not good enough, actually. That was not good enough. So it's a 0. Hopefully we don't break. Okay, rotate the tank or push it 1 space. Does it matter? I think we can push it 1 space. I think so. I think we don't have to rotate it to move it, right? I mean, we're just pulling it. And again, they are really ignoring all this difficult terrain, by the way. So that wasn't too terrible, actually. We still get something out of this. So that is nice. And I think we can keep going. We still have taken our second action. So let's interact again. It's still the tech test, exactly. We are rolling those 2 dice. And this is 1 at least, so maybe we can now move it 2 times or so. But it will take us some time. Push. Not sure why I need to rotate it, actually. push 1 space. In addition, you may rotate it once before or after this push. I really don't know what the rotation is. So maybe I can, okay, maybe we can, it was here, right? So we're moving it here and maybe, okay, this may be the difference. This may be the difference because with rotating, we can also move it. Exactly. Okay, I see that now. Okay. Wow, but that was basically the end of our round. So let's enter second activation. Indeed. Okay, we are flipping it back. The turret's power cell has recharged and is ready to fire again. Flip each blue Imperial mission. Okay, so maybe we could have used it twice, actually. Okay, maybe we can use it twice. Something to think about. Round 3. No more new enemies. Okay, that is somewhat reassuring. And for this round, David Altho is getting the second activation token. Okay, the thing now really is, I think we need to start moving, right? So we want to prepare him to do something here. And if we play, he can't take any more stress. Yeah, that's the one piece I forgot. Okay, he has still 2 activations, so I still think he should be fine. So let's rest. So we are basically completely healing down in respect to our strain. Basically equals, our endurance is 4, we had 4 of those tokens, so this is basically our first action. Then we will use our force speed to move 2 spaces, which is basically this. This is difficult terrain, so we have to spend 2 movement points. And then we will use our second action to generate 4 more movement points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In theory, we could still move down here to prepare ourselves to take out that commander, but let's not worry about that at this point in time. The problem now really is this tank will activate, and for whatever reason I'm somewhat concerned now that he is freeing itself also. That would be really the worst thing that could happen here actually. But this was his first activation, so I really hope... Oh, it's the Imperial Offer who goes first. Is that good or bad? I don't know. First attack. Okay, only for the first Imperial attack. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay, maybe. Oh, that's bad. I think I may have forgotten this actually. I think the weakened condition is also gone for David from last round already. Yeah, I think I should have applied this one to the first Imperial attack. I think he ordered someone else to attack. Sorry for that. That stuff I will keep forgetting. Okay, another Imperial figure with a figure host of 3 LS. Okay, attacks the healthy rebel closest to this figure. Again, we somewhat get to choose. They are all healthy. It needs to be another one. So I guess it's one of those. And oh, I also forgot. I think the last time I forgot to roll the green extra die for the snow trooper because they were focused. So I will do that now. I will actually do that now. So in this case, I think he will attack simply him because we need her here. I think that's really, really crucial. We need her here for sure. So yeah, let's totally do the attack. So that's blue and green plus another green. Again, this time I will not forget. And he is attacking him with a white die only. Yeah, he could go down now actually. Yeah, I think he might. So that's 3 plus 2 surges. 3 surges actually because of this. So 3 attack and 3 surges. Yeah, that's the case. So what do they do? No, we will only do this. So accuracy doesn't matter, I believe. No. Okay, they will definitely weaken. Okay, they will also do. So they will weaken him and they will do pierce, which basically means they're doing 4 attacks or 4 damage to him. But I think he's still very much alive actually, but is definitely shaken for sure. 2 more health to go. The thing is, we still have 3 med packs, so maybe we have to do the old healeroo again. Yeah, right. Okay, that was that. I kind of fixed my little cheating here. And then we have this one, move to a 3 to attack Verena Talos. And I think in this case he can attack someone else actually. On the other hand, I think 1, 2, 3. No, he can attack Verena Talos. He can do that, yeah, and he will do that. 1, 2, and 3 shooting at Verena here. That's ugly. One black die for Verena. He's rolling a blue and a yellow die. Yellow doesn't do a lot of damage, but comes with a lot of surge. So rolling these in these tests, that's insane. Attribute test, that is. Okay, I think we should be okay in this case. So let's see, priority, focus. Okay, he's definitely getting focused, something I will most certainly forget. And I have forgotten this actually. I think I had another focus somewhere else. But he's now focused. This is so bad. And I think only harmful condition will apply. They do want damage, but it's totally blocked. I think, okay, no damage is coming through, but I still think that the focused action will go through. Only the harmful condition can be applied if there is damage. For these beneficial ones, I do not think that this is required. Okay, back to us. We will go with Loku Kanoloa. He will, again, use his set your sights, so we will spend 2. And we'll assign this recon token, I think, to this fella here. Then we will take a rest action, so this will go down, and we will use 1 med pack to heal ourselves 1 here. I will do that now within the app. Yes, so we are down to 2 med packs. And then we will simply attack this fella here, I think. So let's do some cleanup. It's, I think, a blue and a green with its all-weather rifle. Exactly. We get, I think we have the accuracy pretty much built in, and we get the +1 here from this recon token. That's not great. So this is pretty much fully blocked. This not so much. So it's 2 plus a surge, and the surge is only, that's bad. The surge, oh, wait a second, we have to, no, that's bad. We have, because we are weakened, we will lose this one here. Good that I caught this. So it's basically 1 damage, 2 damage to him because, again, of the recon token. Not quite dead yet, but at least this was the activation of Loku, so we can get rid of the weakened condition again. But then terrible things will happen. Yes. Boof. Okay. The repulsor tank. It's the only thing that heavy munitions. After this figure attacks each rebel other than the defender within 2 spaces of the target. Okay, simply suffers 2 damage. Same thing basically. Attack 2 different rebels. Target hit the healthy rebel adjacent to the most other rebels, which does make sense. In this case, doesn't simply happen, right? 2 different rebels, but in this case, I believe line of sight does matter actually. And I think, yeah, from here we can, no, yeah, we can. I think we are basically adjacent now to this. So we will always have line of sight to David, even though this is in a way, I think this is one of these really rare edge cases. So basically we will shoot David and Verena. Yeah. 2 different health. They're both healthy, adjacent to the most other rebels, but again, they're not adjacent to anyone, so we do not really need to worry about that. So let's start with the attack against David here. And I keep forgetting it's blue, yellow, and red. Yeah, that's basically the most amount of damage that you can. And we dodged! David, you are a Jedi superstar. Amazing job. Let's do the same for Verena. Unfortunately, this die doesn't have the dodge symbol on it, so she will definitely take some beating here. And it's not too bad. It's only 2 damage. It's only 2 damage. Oh, this was so cool. So she's basically going down or going up to 9 damage, but she is alive. She is alive. That's so cool. So it's basically, yeah, this is over. This is over for this round at least. So I think, yeah, we will have to keep going now. We will have to keep going with Verena. So we will activate this thing again. We will interact. It's still the same test. So it's a green and a blue die. And, oh, that's 2. That's 2. So let's see. 1 and 2. Confirm. Push up to 2 spaces. In addition, you may rotate it once during this push. Amazing. So let's see. Wait a second. 1. I think we can rotate it 2. Then we have to push it back. think we have to push him out. And I think, do we get to choose where to push him? I think so. Let's push him here. And then I think we had one more movement. And I think we only need to have him in one of these spaces. I think we should be okay. Just to make sure, I will not, because I'm not 100% sure here in respect to my turning, I will simply spend my second activation with Verena. Might be a terrible decision, but we will roll again, because then I'm relatively certain, yeah, that's one more. Confirm. So we can, yeah, one space, and then I think this should really have brought him here. We could have another push, another rotate, and another push. So I think we're good. And by the way, in case you're wondering, push in this case really means to push that target creature into any direction, including pulling it to us. It's a little bit, let's say, confusing, but that's basically how it's done. Nice. Okay, I think we should be okay here. So let's end her activate. Oops, yeah. We did that, and her activation, oh gosh, I forgot. I totally forgot. They are still very much active. Yeah, again, I could have shot the one snow trooper, but I wasn't really sure about this pushing. That's why I wanted to use basically her full activation. That might have been a very, very stupid idea, because she might go down now actually. But let's see. We are now adding another green figure here, actually, another green die. So that's that. Let's really try not to forget that. They recover 1 damage. That's definitely a problem. And then move for who has suffered the lowest damage, which is David, actually. But honestly, I do not think that they can reach him. I think these block line of sight, let me see, are blocking terrain. Exactly, yeah, they are blocking. They are blocking, so they can't move down here. So it's not the least, so I think it will be actually Loku. So let's simply start with him now. So he will heal or recover. He will roll 1 more green die, and I think he's moving 4. So 1 and 2. So let's try to keep this going. And they will attack him with 2 green and 1 blue die, right? And he's defending with a white die. We know the drill. He dodged again! You are a star. Then we reposition 2 to 3 basically. So I think 1 and 2, which makes sense to move him back here. Amazing. Then it's this fella. He will move 1 and 2. 1 green die less. Let's roll those. Okay, we are basically blocking this. So it's 1 point of damage. I take that. I truly take that. Though he's back to 7 damage. But I still think that this was fine. Then he's moving 1 and 2. Because then he's 3 away from Loku as well. Nice, 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 nice. And I think now it's time to do that. The problem now really is, I think we are only maybe damaging the shield or so. I'm really not certain if we really destroy it with this one move. So we are adjacent to one of those. But wait, I think we have to activate the rebels first, actually. Yeah, because before I'm taking his second activation, I do think it also counts for ally figures. I don't think it really matters ultimately. So let them move 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll attack this fella here, right? So they're also rolling a blue. They can upgrade one of their blue into red, right? And they will defend with that die here. So let's see. Okay, that's 4 plus a surge. I think this should be because he already had one here. This is a pretty dead one. That's more damage, more accuracy. And we needed this accuracy, actually. We needed the extra accuracy. It's only 1. It would have failed short, but we needed this surge to do basically 2 plus accuracy. So this trooper is out of here. Okay, I dig that. So let's end this activation. And then we have David. He will activate one of those. Okay, why the S occupies 1 or more space. Okay, we really didn't need to do that. So maybe I should have really used the second activation of Arena. But I cheated a little bit, so I think this should balance things out. Let's interact. Now we need a strength test. After rolling, you may discard 1 explosive supply card. No, we don't. Where should we find an explosive supply card? Oh, come on, this is really unfair. And I mean, I really did interact with one of those crates, actually. this is bad. And I think, yeah, we don't have those. I think we don't have those. So it's strength test for him. I would be nice for him. It's blue and a green as well, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's one. So we definitely need more than one test, one strength. I think we need at least 2 or 3 in order to be successful here. So that's terrible. Okay, confirm you strain and struggle against the lowest boulders, hoping to start the slide, but they won't budge. Perhaps some explosive would help loosen up the rocks. The question now really is, does it make sense now to do that test again? Or do I really need those explosives? Because we need one. Let's check the inventory. Allies, no, there is no, we have the 50 credits basically. Yeah, the med packs were cool, but honestly, I do think that the app should have been fair. I don't know, give me with my first interaction with the crate the resource I needed to win this mission, right? Yeah, no, wait a second. Okay, maybe to be fair, yeah, to be fair, this is yellow. This is yellow, so I could have known that. Okay, that's a fair point. That's maybe really a fair point. It's a different colored crate, and I do remember now I mentioned this. Why is this yellow? Okay, but we still have one more action left, so I think it doesn't matter, or doesn't make sense to do that test again, because I think it's not a cumulative test. I think you really have to achieve something here in one go. So what we can do now is to really use his second movement to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to move in here, and then we can interact with this next round, of course. Let's do that. In order to do that, we need to generate one basically more strain with our 4 speed. So this is moving us here. This was basically 3. Then we are moving 1, 2, and 3. I think we should be here now, but that's also the end of our round. Yeah, that was really bad, actually. I completely forgot about this crate, actually. So this was really on me. Yeah, of course, now we have more Imperials. How many snowtroopers regular are on the map? 1, actually. Okay, reinforce 2 snowtroopers basically from here. I think that's not the end of the world, actually. So they're over here. I think you can't see that, so I placed them all here for now. Continue, but okay, and then there are these perils, exactly, minor peril. Even with the physical activity of combat, the freezing weather takes its toll on you. Each hero rolls 1 blue die for each of his or her activation portraits and suffers... Okay. Oh, okay, that's different one. Okay, so we don't want to roll any damages, basically. That's what it says. So we will start with Loco, because he's up here, he's rolling 1 die. 1 blue die. So that's 1, so he takes 1 point of damage. Then we have Verena. She also rolls 1 die. She also takes 1 point of damage, so she's now at 10. But she can take up to 15, so she's okay for now. Problem is now we have David. He has 2 of these tokens, so we have to roll 2 dice, and that's also a 2. I think we can live with that result. So this was the minor peril. And then I think we have to interact with this crate here first, because I really do hope we are getting stuff. A crate marked explosive. Yeah, of course. That's the thing I really... Yeah, okay, I'm constantly forgetting. You are allowed to click all through these containers, or all things, without being adjacent to it or whatnot. So allow to Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. You can typically check out what's in there, and then you can decide if you want to go there or not. So I really should have known, but yeah, I'm not sure if I would. Maybe I wouldn't have considered it, actually, because yeah, explosive, but it makes sense. The crate is indeed packed with explosives. Search a supply deck and discard part for up to 2 explosive supply cards and gain those cards. Shuffle the supply deck. Okay, let's quickly do that. But unfortunately, I wasn't really able to find the explosive supply cards. So I think I will discard one of those anyway, right? I mean, there's no explosive, no, and there. These are the 4 cards from the Hoth expansion, the supply cards. Maybe it's this. Okay, I think. Okay, yeah, I'm stupid. Now I see that. It's not the name, it's basically a keyword. It's basically 2 explosives. So it's both of those. Yeah. Okay, of course. Yeah, okay, that's on me. Sorry for that. But that was our first action only. We can take another one, and I think we have to interact again with those boulders. I do not think it matters too much. Yep, it's interacting. So we can discard 1 explosive supply card for that. Okay, only 1, but then we are adding +2. So let's see. That's then 3 in total. So we will do that. Which one? Shock grenade? I don't really know. Let's discard the shock grenade. We will hold on to this frag grenade here. So it's 3 damage. So we really should be good. Bam! Okay, the repulsor tank is defeated. The rocks begin tumbling down into crevice below, smashing through the tank's shield and crushing it under the weight. Awesome! Okay, this is no more. This was cool. I was really worried that it's only taking down the shield or so. So I think I'm okay with that, actually. Nicely done. Continue. With the tank defeated, all that remains is to finish off the rest of the patrol. Discard the terminal and the red tokens. Oh, I didn't place those tokens here. I should have placed the rebel tokens here, which I didn't. So the terminal is gone. This is gone. And we still have this one here, right? We can still use it. Okay, nice. Okay, that wasn't terrible, actually. So let's end his activation. It's the Imperial officer. Okay, that was kind of lucky. Same thing, another Imperial with a cost of 6 or less. Well, I mean, there's nothing out with 6 or less, actually. So it will be one of those. And a healthy rebel closest to this figure. So basically, we get to choose. The problem is it will be Loku for sure. And again, the first Imperial attack gains +1 surge. So I think it's basically doesn't matter. Let's attack with this fella here. With 1 surge. That's the one piece we need to remember. We have this die and 1 extra surge. And we do not care about the surges. What are you talking about? Awesome, that's how you do it. Amazing job. So Loku is really on fire now. And then we have the officer move 3 to attack David, which he can do actually. 1, 2, 3, directly adjacent now. So let's see, he is focused. So let's not forget, so it's 1 green die. The focus only counts for him, not for the other, at least I think, I hope. Then this and that, and we are defending with that. Exactly. And then, yeah, we are checking out, we are rolling. Okay, that's not too pretty. So 1 is gone, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 surge. So let's see, accuracy, do not worry about. It's focused again, I believe. Yeah, I think he remains focused and basically 4 damage, bringing him to 8. Yeah, wow, we are really struggling, but we are still very much alive. In theory, he would heal, if not within 3 spaces, but we are not, so it's basically back to us. As we know who is going to attack next, I think we will have to go with David now. Question is, do we want to heal again? Where is he? He's at 8, and so he might not stand another damage. I think let's do that. So we are resting. So first of all, we are using our thing again, our recon token. And again, it doesn't matter which we are assigning it to. Let's give it to this. Then he will rest. We will use 1 more med pack. So we are down to 1 med pack, but this also not really fully heals us, but we are in okay shape. And then we are shooting at this fella here. So it's 1 and 1. It's recon token, so it's a +1. Range is fine. So this is blocked. This is not great. So that's only 2 damage, right? In total. Now that's not enough. I was really hoping to take one of these guys out because they will activate next, actually. So this was his first activation. Yeah, medical supplies before. Okay, they heal again. We know that. Oh, before this group's activation. Yeah, okay, so they basically fully healed. So this is the bonus. This happens right now, and then basically going through the activation, it will do that. So it's fully healed. It still has the recon token, that's at least something. But apart from that, it's fully healed. And here's the second one, actually. And then move 3 to attack Echo-based troopers. Okay, yeah, not sure if I like this, but nothing I can do. 1 and 2. So again, blue, I think they also have a red die. And apart from that, yes, exactly. Oh, come on. Okay, it's 2 damage. So they are still alive. They're still alive. They can take 3 more, which is good. Then they will reposition 3. So I guess we have to actually move him 1 and 2. Yeah, I think we move him back. Then the next one, 1, 2, 3, same deal. 1, 2 surges, 1 surge and 2 hits basically. I think he's dead. Accuracy we do not worry about. Weaken. Okay, weaken is something we can live with, I believe. And 2, oh, he's still alive. Okay, that is in fact okay. So he really served us well, and he will also move back. And then last but not least, this fella here, which might now take him out. It's 2. Oh no, it's 2. It's only 2. Weaken doesn't kick in at this point in time. And the surge is, oh yeah, the surge is the pierce. Yeah, the surge is the pierce. Unfortunately, which is then enough to take out that Echo Base Trooper. Okay, you did well for sure. And then they will also reposition, of course. Let's finish. Let's take out, defeat. Yes, they are gone. Talcon drops to her knees, arms covering the wounds in her abdomen. Find haven, she stammers before collapsing face first into the snow. I feel bad now, actually. I feel really bad. But now it's basically only us. So first of all, we will attack this fella here. So David will... Oh no, David was already... David's turn was already. Now what am I talking about? So it's basically hers. She will shoot him. Should she move basically over here? Because this could somehow help. But no, on the other hand, we want to move her up right. No, let's first fire at the Imperial officer here. Let's not do that. So what is she using actually? The military blaster. Blue, that's not too great actually. That's not too great. And is at, no, he's defending with the white and he has a +1 health. Let's not forget about this. And of course he's dodging. Let's attack again actually. We have to take them out one way or the other. So 1 and 1, so it's basically 1 damage. 1 damage, that's not great. Maybe that was a mistake, because I think David should actually take him out. But okay, it is what it is. This was her go. And then it's basically back to him. He will shoot towards this guy who still has this token next to him. So it's blue and this, nothing else, exactly. So it's 2, it's 3. It's 3. It's not enough. It's not enough. Are you kidding me? So we have to shoot again. Basically same thing. 2, 1. Yeah, it's dead. Okay, so this is out of here. This miniature is also out of here, which is, I think, the important piece actually. So nicely done, and that's the end of the round. We will have some more major peril. Yeah, exactly. The sun sinks below the horizon, bathing the ice world in twilight. With the fading of the light, the cold bite of the wind decreases. So it's worse, right? So we take 1 damage and 1 stress for this. Okay, so let's do that. Again, we start with Loco. He's rolling 2 dice, so that's 2 damage and 2 strain, which I think could be okay, or not too bad actually. We are living. We are still living. That's a good piece. Then we will do, oops, Verena. It's only 1 damage. Yeah, she definitely needs to rest as well. Maybe I should have healed her actually. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. And then last but not least, it's David. He's taking 1 and 1. For him, really, the strain is the worst part actually, because he can use it so cool to move a lot. And 1 more damage, right? Indeed. So he's also at 9. Yeah, they're pretty shaken. Okay, but at least no new enemies did appear. So I think we will start with David. Verena has the 2nd token, by the way. I totally forget that, but it's really tracked well in the app actually. You don't really need those. I think, yeah, he's still focused. He's still focused actually. So he will attack this fella, right? What are we using? Green and yellow. And he's doing that. Right. Are you kidding me? He's dodging again. 2nd action. Yeah, I'm really rolling this very well actually. So 1, 2, 3. This is ignored. I think 3 damage plus the 1 is 4. So this Imperial officer is no more. Yeah, even with a +1. It's defeated. 2 fame. And this was David. Then we know what's happening. So they gain 1 extra. Let me move over here. 1 surge. They will recover. Healthy rebel that has suffered the least, which is Loco indeed. So let's see. This is 1, 2. Then again, I keep forgetting it's a blue and a green die, and 1 extra surge. So this focus is gone, and this card is gone. 1 extra surge, and he's rolling that die. Right. Okay. So this is gone, so 1 damage. No, they get 1 extra surge. They get 1 extra surge. Don't forget that accuracy. It's there. He's weakened again because he's taking 1 damage, but that's okay, I guess. So he is weakened. So then he's moving. What is it? Reposition 3 again. And I think 1, 2, 2. I think this is here. Maybe I should have moved him somewhere else, but again, it doesn't really matter too much. And then this fella will also do pretty much the same thing. +1 surge. This is gone, unfortunately, because we are now weakened. So we are taking 2 surges and 2 wounds, actually. No, this is 1 pierce. So it's 3 wounds in total. And then they will move. No, I think he will move 1 and 2. I think this makes sense, right? One thing I forgot, 1 and 2, I could have spent some energy to move him over here afterwards, but I think let's not take it back. That's the military blaster of Marina, right? Again, in this case, I think we will start with him. I think we have to start taking him out. Yeah, I think we have to start with him. So we're fighting at this snow trooper up here. Are we spending? I think we should. We should spending 2 more surges to use our recon token here. So he's now at 4 strain, and then yeah, we are firing. So it's +1, right? This and that. So first shot. Oh, come on, 1. So basically, this is 1 + 1, so it's 2 damage. They're really rolling exceptionally well. And then we are basically shooting again. I think it's not enough, actually. I think it's not enough. We're doing 2 damage, and then it's 1 surge. I think he's not dead. So what can we do, actually? Let me check the all-weather rifle. The all-weather rifle. Weaken and pierce. So we can do pierce, which is only 1. So we are doing 1 damage for sure. I think we are weakened as well. Yeah, we are losing 1 actually. We are losing 1 of those. So I think, yeah, we are not weakening him, but that's basically the end of the activation. This sucker is still alive. This is really frustrating. End Loco's turn, and then basically she goes twice. Will she be? I think we need to take out enemies. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? She has a 4. She has a 4. Exactly. Then she will fire at this fella. She is now next to someone here, which is definitely helpful. She's using her military blaster. So let's remove this one here. I'm really getting a little bit tired, actually. You are pretty sure you hear that. And this one. Right. Nothing else. So we are firing at this guy. Okay, so it's 2 dead, so he's dead. He's pretty much dead. We can do all kind of nasty stuff. We have the range, exactly, our accuracy. So this is gone. That's amazing. That was her first activation. Yes, and then we're activating her again, basically here adjacent. Question now really is, what are we attacking with? Are we using this for a black die, which gives us basically a +1, maybe some pierce? Let's try that. Let's try the fighting knife in order to attack that snow trooper. So it's basically 3 because this is here. Basically 2 damage, which isn't terrible. So I guess we will do that again. Yeah, with her second activation. Again, basically 1, 2, it's 2. I think 4. He's dead. He's dead. Okay. Let's defeat those suckers. 7 fame, yes. Oof. You rush to the sides of your fallen comrades, Talcon and Kish. You are too late for Kish, but fine, Talcon is still breathing. Okay, that's something. As you drop to your knees next to her, you discover she is bleeding profusely from her side. It's too late for me, she gasps, grabbing the arm of David Elther with her blood-soaked hand. Remember, Haven, tell Bannax, I. She goes limp before she can finish her message. You take a moment to inspect the remains of the tank. You have never encountered anything like it before. You got lucky this time, but if there are more tanks like this one, they will pose a threat to the rebellion. You will need to find a more reliable way of taking these tanks down in the future, but first you need to find a way off the snowball. Victory! Okay, total credits, that's nice. 1 XP cast, we get the 1 XP class cards unlocked, and we get the combat knife. It's a tier 3 item. Let's see, hopefully I find this one. I was really bad actually. Yeah, here it is actually, the combat knife. Accessory, exhaust this card during your activation to choose an adjacent hostile figure and roll on green die that figures are nice. Okay, that's certainly nice. I think we have to give this to our we could give it to Verena as well because she's using, but I think David, he's really our I think he's our melee fighter, so let's give it to him for now. Nice, we get 1 XP class cards. That's definitely cool. And I think that's basically the end of this scenario. So we are here at Hoth, and then from there we can prepare for the next mission to go. But I think for today, or for this playthrough series, I will stop it here, and I will totally leave it up to you if you want me to continue right away, really going into the next mission, next chapter, whatever, right away at this point in time. Let me know how you feel about this. If not, again, I will pack it back and we'll definitely save it and we'll revisit it at some later time. It's really fun. I definitely enjoy this, even though with 3 heroes, it's definitely lengthy and also a little bit complicated. You forget stuff, and I'm relatively certain I will catch more stuff during editing. Pretty sure you're all shouting at your screens occasionally, or not so occasionally, but still I'm having a blast. I really very much enjoy this game, and the campaign seems fun so far. I like the riddle aspect of this repulsor tank. Nicely done, nice twist. And yeah, really hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.